Okay, so we got the engine off the dyno and actually on the engine stand, and finally we're ready to start disassembling this thing. So I'll tell you, when I'm disassembling an engine, there's a couple of things I like to have on hand. Sometimes I like to have little storage containers like you'd get at the grocery store, like the disposable ones. I like to have some plastic bags and some Sharpies to label the bags with, so that, you know, all these bolts that come off of here are going to go back in the same place that they came out of. So there's just some things I like to have, and the other thing I like to have on hand is like a storage tote, so that when I take things off, like all these bits and pieces, they can go in the tote, and then all the pieces from the engine are in the same place. So that sometimes you start disassembling things, you just put it on this bench here and that bench there. Next thing you know, you got parts from that engine scattered all over the garage, and then you go to look for them and you can't find them. So when I take it apart, I like to take it apart and put them in those totes. So that's what I got going on there. Let's get ready to disassemble this thing. I got the oil drained out of it, got the coolant drained out of it. And the way I think I'm going to get started is I'm just going to go ahead and pull this oil filter off, which apparently has been on there for quite some time. So let's get that off of there, take it over to the bench. We can cut it open and see what's inside of there and kind of give us a better idea of what we're starting with. Something else I thought I could do really quick just to show you how long it's been since it had an oil change, and I could just show you just kind of how dark this oil is by putting it on some of this white paper here. And it's just like paint or ink. It's quite it's not quite gotten to the point of it being sludge, but it's just quite dark oil there. Thought maybe some people might like to see what that looked like. So let's go ahead and cut the oil filter open. Okay, so looking through that, see a little bit of dirt, but nothing alarming. So I don't see bearing material, I don't see metal particles, I don't see anything sparkly in there. Just maybe some dirt, and not really that much of it. So that's a good sign. Let's move on. There were actually two springs on there, one light one and one heavy one, that attach to this and then goes into that lever inside of there. So I'll just have to keep that in mind. Hopefully it goes back together not too badly. Alright, so let's just since we got the cylinder head off just now, let's take a quick look, and it's kind of hard to show on the camera, but it looks like a good amount of wear there. Vertical scratches in the cylinder wall. General scoring, I would call it. Just kind of, it's got some advanced, it's in an advanced state of wear in there. And then the other thing that's pretty, well, the other thing is there's a little bit of a ridge there, not like the worst kind ever, but there's a little bit of a ridge there, almost enough for you to catch your fingernail on, to give you a kind of a reference there. But the other thing that I can't see hardly any of at any of the cylinders is any crosshatch at all. I'll just show you the other three real quick. This one here seems to be kind of the worst of them, I think. At least in terms of what I can see there. That's kind of a rough looking cylinder wall. Okay, so let me go on ahead and continue the disassembly. Those are parts of the piston rings actually falling out of it. Anyway, let me get the other three out and we'll see what the other ones are like. In this particular case, I've got that, well, there's your problem moment, because all these little bits and pieces here are the piston ring, or the piston rings. And that's just the way they came out, little bits and pieces like that. So that was certainly, if not the entire problem, it was the bulk of the problem. So I guess the next thing to do is get the crankshaft out of it, and so far the bearings that I've seen in the rods, they look pretty nice. So hopefully the crank just needs a good polish, and let's get that out next and see where we're standing with that. Okay, so got the crankshaft out of it and inspected the journals and the bearings, and they actually look pretty good. And I went through each one of them with the micrometer and measured all the journals. And they were either within specification or maybe about 1/1000th below specification. I think the crankshaft is fine. It just needs to be polished. It's not going to be perfect, but I think it's going to be pretty good. So we sat down the other day and we ordered up a kit for this. It comes with bearings, cylinder liners, pistons, rings, etc. And stuff for the cylinder head too: valves, valve guides, valve seats. So what's going to be coming up is I gotta wait for that kit to show up. When the kit shows up, then we can get these parts down to the machine shop. And I was going to try to, I saw where people were essentially chiseling out the cylinder liner on these, and I gave that a very quick attempt, and I did not like the way it was going. So we'll see what the cylinder liners look like when we get them, and probably have the machine shop install those. So we will be taking the crankshaft, the cylinder head, and the block to a machine shop, get everything cleaned, polished, machined, and ready to go back together. That's probably going to take, it's probably going to take a few days to get the parts, and it'll probably be in the machine shop for, I wouldn't be surprised if it's down there for bare minimum a week, and it may be up to 2 weeks. So there's a possibility this engine might not be back on my channel until maybe 3 weeks from now. I'm going to say it about that it won't be back for about 3 weeks. At any rate, that's, we went over, basically we showed you that the blow-by was mostly, probably almost entirely caused by the broken piston rings, and probably to a lesser extent the condition of the cylinder walls. That was the bulk of what I wanted to show in this video. Was we showed what was wrong with it before, but now I showed you why it was doing it. So that's basically what I wanted to get through here. Anyway, that's where we stand with this engine and what we're going to be doing with it in the future, and that's all I got for you this week, and I will see you next time.